everybody, and welcome to another Top 5 board gaming video. Today's is going to be a really interesting one that I'm very excited about. It's really fun because this really sort of epitomizes what board gaming is all about. And the reason that I say that is because what gaming boils down to is that it's a hobby that is fun. It's a way to spend time to have a good time. So like whether you're playing with other people or playing on your own solo, whatever it happens to be, the entire point is that you are trying to make the most of your time and just have fun. That's really all that it boils down to. And regardless of whether you win, lose, draw, whatever it happens to be, as long as you had a good time, that's really all that matters. So today's topic is right along those lines. These are games that I really love to play. They are so much fun to play. There's so many different mechanics going on. I've got some simpler games, I've got some more complex games, all sorts of different stuff. But I am horrible at all of these games. I think collectively I've won 2 of the games that I've played here out of, like 20 or 30 playthroughs total between the 5. I mean, like, I am not good at these games. And again, that's the entire point here, where I lose at these games. I am not good at them. I don't know why, but I still have a wonderful time playing them because they are just very well-designed games that are a joy to play. Even though when I go into them, I'm just like, I'm probably going to lose again, guys. I don't know what to do. But again, that's the entire point, is that you just want to have a good time. But with that, we're going to get right on ahead into my number 5. Number 5 is what I guess you could say is a small thing that comes in a big package, for lack of a better term. Yeah, we'll just move past that. Suffice it to say, the game itself is Splendor. The reason that I use that analogy is because the insert in here is ridiculously large and completely pointless. But that is completely beside the point. The entire idea behind Splendor is that you are gathering up gems in the form of little chips that the game comes with, and you are trying to effectively make a tableau is what you're trying to do. You're trying to purchase cards and put them into your tableau. Again, like all the games on this list, I am really terrible at this game. It's a very simple game. It only takes about 20 minutes or a half hour to play once you really know what you're doing, and it takes very little time to learn. It is a great small game to play. The thing is, I am just bad at it. But I really love it because it's a very well-designed game, it's very efficient, there's not a lot of downtime to it, and on top of that, just the overall length is just perfect. It's absolutely great for a game like this because so many times games get bogged down very easily, and it can be tremendously frustrating. But with Splendor, I love the various mechanics that it has with actually getting the jewels. You've got resource management because you've got a limited number of jewels. You've got long-term strategic planning because you can see what cards are going to be coming up and what you should save for or maybe not save for and all this kind of thing. It's a really great game. It's got a lot of different aspects woven into it that are done very well. And again, I really enjoy playing it. I'm just not good at it. But either way, Splendor is my number 5. Number 4 is actually a Kickstarter game that I got that thematically is probably my favorite on the entire list here. And from the name, you might guess that I'd be at least reasonably good at it, or, at least be really excited about it, and that's really what it boils down to. The game itself is Tesla vs. Edison. For those of you who haven't watched my videos, I am a scientist. This is what I do. I do science stuff. This game is tremendously fun, but it really doesn't have a whole lot to do with science directly. It's more of a stock manipulation game is really what it comes down to. Think somewhat similar to like Power Grid meets Panic on Wall Street type of thing if you've played those 2 games. I really love this game. Again, thematically, I really enjoy it. I backed the Kickstarter, so we got really awesome scientists that we can work with. Historically, you get a lot of information, which is just really cool. Like, it's really good. I mean, virtually flavor text is what it boils down to, but it's really good. The component quality is absolutely incredible. This is some of the best money, like paper money, that I have seen in a game ever. Absolutely, without a doubt. It is 100% incredible. But I'm so bad at it. I think I have won this game one time playing it, and I've played it probably like 5 or 6 times, and I'm just not good at it. It's one of these games that for whatever reason just doesn't click right for me, and I can't wrap my head around it. But the theme of it is so incredibly fun and absolutely amazing that I can't get over it. I mean, it's science. It's what I do. This is the absolute epitome of what this list is for. But the reason that this is only number 4 on the list is mostly because the other games I have essentially played more, and mechanically they're more complex, so there's more thinking involved with them, and I happen to like that. I enjoy that aspect. Again, I like the games, just can't quite get them to work out well for me personally when I play. But suffice it to say, Tesla versus Edison is my number 4. At number 3, I've got a game that I really haven't talked about a whole lot in, I mean, pretty much most of my videos. But the thing is, it's actually a really, really good game that I play not super often, but I really, really enjoy it because it puts you on the other side of one of the most famous things in all of gaming, not just board gaming, but video gaming and board gaming and all that kind of stuff. The game itself is Dungeon Lords. For those of you who haven't played this game, the idea is that you are playing as a dungeon lord, and you're hiring out bad guys and building traps and all this kind of stuff to build out your dungeon. And then at the end of each session, each season, the adventurers come and try to break all your stuff, and you're just like, no, stop it! And there is a lot going on with this game. There's a ton. This is one of these games where in the rule book, there's actually 2 different versions of the rule book. There's like the introductory version, and then there's the regular version, just so that you can sort of get in and sort of dip your toes in before you jump in face first. And that is one aspect about this game that I absolutely love. I love the way that, I mean, for lack of a better term, it kind of holds your hand, but it's kind of a weird thing to say, but it really does. That's kind of the point of the rule book doing that, and it really works well. It helps a whole lot. The game itself mechanically is very, very similar to Alchemists, if you've played that before. Where it's effectively like a worker placement where you've got different phases or different types of things that you can do, and then you just go in order of what you're doing. There's a lot to keep track of in this game. You've got the evil meter that says how evil you are, and the more evil you get, the worse adventurers are going to get. You got to feed your all the bad guys that you're hiring. You've got different magic spells and traps and all this kind of stuff. There is a lot happening with this game. There is a ton of strategic decisions that you need to make, and every single one of them is incredibly fun. It really is. But oh my god, I suck at this game. I am so bad at this game. I haven't won it. I have never won this game. I am just really bad at it. But it's just the experience of playing this game is so cathartic, where you are on the other side of the very common fantasy aspect of both board and video gaming, whereas normally you're going in and bro, save the princess, whereas in this one you're trying to create the dungeon that you're keeping the princess in, metaphorically of course. So it's a very fun experience and a very unique experience. So I just really enjoy playing it. Even if I'm completely and utterly losing, I could not care less with this particular game. But regardless, Dungeon Lords, my number 3. At number 2, 2, I've got a game that I've talked about primarily in the context of comparing it to another game that has relatively similar mechanics, but liking this one more than the other one. The game I always compare it to is Citadels, but the game that's on this list is Libertalia. Both Libertalia and Citadels are role-picking games. In the case of Libertalia, everybody has the same deck of 30, I believe 30 cards, if I'm not mistaken, and every round you pick a new set out of those. You pick like a new random number of cards from that, and then everybody else gets those same cards. And the thing is that you choose which role to play every time, and you have more cards than you need per round. So you can save cards until the very, very end, potentially, if you want to go that route. The thing is, with this game, I like it more than Citadels because I really love the strategic decision making. I really prefer the pirate theme to like the sort of like, I guess, kind of medieval-ish thing that Citadels is doing. The pirate thing is really, really fun. I love the way that the game is played simultaneously in this case, or at the very least there is so little downtime that you barely notice that it's not your turn because it just goes so quickly and so smoothly. There's a lot of strategic decision making in terms of what you're going to play and, more importantly, when you are going to play it, so that you can try to get whatever treasure it is that you want from the various piles. The thing is, in this game, I really just have the worst luck ever. That's what it boils down to, where I make, you know, the best decision I possibly can and put it down, and like I have a relatively high card, and then somebody plays the one card that's like slightly higher than mine, so, you know, I can't get what I wanted. Or, you know, they'll play the card that like forces your card off of the table and it's always mine. Or, you know, I try playing a relatively high card and everybody plays like the biggest card they've got, and I'm just like, what the fudge? You know, stuff like that. I just, like, the luck aspect, or maybe it's just my strategic thinking, is not good enough for this game. But in the end, it's just so tremendously fun. Looking at the artwork is absolutely hilarious. The rolls themselves are incredible, and I love that everything is so different. There's just nothing alike in any way, really. Whereas like with Citadels, you've got what, 9 rolls if you're working with the expansion, and so technically it's a total of 18 because you've got the expansion ones and the original ones. But, and obviously none of those are super similar, but they're similar enough that you're kind of like, type of thing. Whereas with Libertalia, all of the different roles are disparate and unique enough that you're just like, oh man, like these have a very distinct, very good use at some point. You know, they all really do. And it's just an absolutely incredible game. I really love it, but I'm horrible at it. I think I have won it once, and I've played it like 15 times. I'm just not good. I am not good at this game. It's absolutely terrible. But that said, Libertalia is mine, number 2. At number 1, I've got a game that I really don't talk about too much, and on top of that, it's relatively new. It is older, okay? It is older than some other games, but relatively new. The game itself is really, really fun, and it's effectively Mancala, if you guys have ever played that. The game is Five Tribes. Five Tribes is a very unique game where you've got a set of tiles set out, and you've got little meeples that represent the 5 tribes. So they're different colors to represent which tribe they belong to, and they're spread out all over the map. And the idea is you take up all of the people, all the meeples, and then you drop them one by one into adjacent squares. And it's great, it's fun, it's awesome. But the thing is, I'm so bad. I have never won this game. I have never won it, and I've played probably 8 or 10 times. And I can never see it click. I can never get that. Whereas like the other people I'm playing with, they'll make like this brilliant move, and I'm just like, oh my god, how did I not see that? Like, I'm sitting there planning out, what am I going to do? How am I going to make this work? And they do this amazing thing, and I'm just like, I would never have seen that. I simply would not have seen that. It's a very cool game because the 5 tribes, the different meeple colors, actually each have a unique like ability, essentially, whenever you end with them. Like one of them gives you a point, another one is capable of killing another meeple, all this kind of stuff. And it's a cool, unique game. It is a lot of fun, but I'm just so bad at it. Absolutely horrible. Absolutely terrible. It's the reason that I like playing it so much, though, is just because it has a unique strategic aspect to it, because it's a relatively abstract strategy, but at the same time it's something that's very much like spatial awareness type of thing. It's really, really cool. Kind of like a Blocus or a Cathedral is one that I've got, where you just need to be looking and seeing how things fit and what's going to go where and that kind of thing. So games like that, like Blocus and Cathedral, I'm actually pretty good at, but a game like this with a relatively similar strategic concept and a strategic overtone, I can't do it. I absolutely cannot do it. But it is tremendously fun. I highly recommend that you play it if you get a chance. Again, even if I'm losing, I'm always having a blast with 5 Tribes, my number 1. So that's it for me, folks. I hope that you enjoyed this video that is essentially, if you ever meet me, play these games against me because you'll probably win. But these are my top 5 favorite games that I am just horrible at, that I am not good at. There are lots of others that could have been included on this list. Really a lot of worker placements. I am not good at worker placements. I don't know why. But what's it called? Tuscany, and viticulture. One of the other ones was Istanbul that I really debated on. I don't own either one of those. That's kind of why I kept them off the list. And plus, I've only played each of them like 2 or 3 times, so haven't played them very much. But apparently worker placements are my weakness. I really enjoy worker placements in general, but for the most part, I'm just kind of like about them. I just can't do it. But suffice it to say, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. As always, I am very, very excited to hear your guys' feedback on this. I want to know what games you guys are terrible at, but you are fine with being terrible at them because they're fun games. And that's the point of playing a game, is that even if you suck at the game, then you still want to play it because you know that you're going to have an amazingly fun time. But with that, thank you so very much for being here. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and you know what this means. At some point, we got to do the flip side. We got to do the games that I really don't like, but I'm good at. Oh, I got to start thinking about that. But either way, thank you so very much for being here. Thank you very much for watching. I hope that you liked this video, and I will see you next time. Thank you so much again, everybody, for watching my top 5 games that I really, really enjoy, but at the same time am very bad at. Like I said, I'm very curious what your guys' feedback is on this. What do you think of the games that I chose? Do you guys have opinions on them as far as, are you good at them, are you bad at them, all that kind of stuff? And more importantly, what about your guys' thoughts on this category and what games fit in it for you personally? I would love to hear some fun stories about it, but with that, as always, I've got several of my playlists linked up at the top of the page so you can see more of my work, and you can click that big giant subscribe button so that you can see more of me in the future. Thank you very, very much for being here, and I will see you next time.